Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media. What a game! What a game! The Premier League is back again, but what a game the Chelsea fans see today. Very horrific and shambolic performance from Graham Potter and his boys. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans are not happy for the kind of football that they saw today. Mr. Harry, welcome back to the platform, Mr. Harry. Mr. Herbert.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh my goodness, what is going on, Mr. Herbert? Are you all right, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly now. I can hear you perfectly now. Let's take a
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at these some of the results that came in today in terms of the elite teams, the big teams in the Premier League. Probably all of them have a win today. In terms of Manchester City smash Liverpool 4-1, Bournemouth 2, Fulham 1, Brighton 3, Brentford 3, and also we have Crystal Palace winning 2-1 to Leicester City, and also Norwich Forest Nottingham Forest, and also Wolves, Wolverhampton Wanderers, also 1-1. As Arsenal 4, Leeds United 1, Chelsea alone play host Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge and lost 2-0. Mister Mr. Herbert, you as a Manchester United fan, what can you make of all this? I know where we stand in terms. I know where you stand in terms of a Graham Potter, but tell me, can you tell me something different from what you haven't seen before?
I mean, look, obviously, I think we all can agree that Potter is not the guy. I think we have gone past that stage.
Can
I
you
think
bring the microphone a little bit closer, Ryan? I mean, Herbert.
yeah, yeah. Look, I mean, we can all agree that Potter is not the guy. I think we have gone past that stage where people are debating. I mean, there are still some Potterinners who still think he's the guy. I mean, I always said that he's a good coach, but characteristically, he's not a Chelsea coach. I mean, he just doesn't have that kind of presence about him. I was watching him in the touchline, when you guys were 2-0 down, and Unai Emery, he's 2-0 up and he's shouting, and he's trying to get the team not to concede, and he wants that clean sheet, while Potter and his assistant, they're just sitting there, and just head down their hands and not trying to do, not even trying to get up. And I mean, these things. I've also noticed one thing, like I watched few Chelsea games, and all the games I watched, your
Yeah.
best player, if I have to pick one player, he is that player who is technically, he's not a Chelsea player yet. You have got him on loan, and that is João Felix. He's not a Chelsea player. He's still an Atletico Madrid player who's on loan to you, and he is, whatever games I watched, he has been your best player. So, we can say, you asked me about what different perspective you can give. That's my perspective. Like, why is João Felix, who is not a Chelsea player yet, he is, giving his 100%. He's trying to dribble with the ball, trying to get penalties. What about all these players like, Mudrik? What about him today? Like, if he has scored that goal today, things could have been different. Don't you think that? Like, why is Felix the only guy who's trying? What happened to Reece James? He was completely invisible today. What happened to the this guy Enzo Fernandez? So it is easy to blame Potter. I think. I mean, it's not. I mean, it is obviously everyone wants to blame him, but what about the players you bought? Why are they not, performing? I get that the manager is an issue, but still, man, you can't blame Potter for Modric's miss. I mean, if he scores that, you are at home. Things could be different. So I think that's the only different perspective I can provide you. Other than that, I think you guys, I mean, probably know more than me about your club. So, what do you make of it?
I can't disagree with you, Herbert. I can never disagree with you.
Felix is not the
You're
best
really
player. I
spot
mean,
on.
look, I have not. Someone mentioned like Felix is not the best player. Whatever games I watched the Champions League games. I watched the not the last week, the week before that at West Ham. I mean, I don't watch Chelsea week in and week out, but if I say like he has been your top three players, would I be wrong? I mean, you tell me. You watch all the games. Would I be wrong if I say like Felix is your
Yeah.
top three players since Potter has taken over?
Yeah, I can say Felix and Enzo Fernandez has been, one of the top
Yeah.
players. Felix have shown more. Enzo Fernandez have had some kind of a solidity in our back four. But then this performance, no one saw this coming, and I saw it coming. I knew it was gonna come, but I gave myself just a slim win margin, by just 1-0. But then 2-0 down. Cucurella headed that mistake, and also there was a chance for Modric if as good as he is and as good as he's shown in the Champions League, that chance he had one on one with the goalkeeper, I'd never expect a player of his
Yeah.
caliber or a player of his nature to fumble it.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even pick a side. He just shoots it to the center. Like, I mean, there is no conviction in that shot. That just shows, how underconfident he is since his move from Shakhtar. So,
Yeah,
I mean, look, I didn't particularly rate Modric when I watched some of his clips when he was at that league. That league is basically, it is not even the level of SPL. So, he was he's nutmegging few players and, going past players who are not even full time. I mean, obviously, he got a standing reception at the Santiago Bernabeu. So,
yeah,
he does have talent, but I don't know. Like I feel like it is past blaming Potter now. He is obviously the topic. You want him sacked, but sometimes you have to look at your players, man. I mean, it's not just Potter. It's obviously it has to be two with the players as well. And at Chelsea, you know how big the player power is. And I mean, look, someone mentioned about Mount. Mount wasn't even on. I mean, Mount is done at Chelsea, don't you think? Like, I don't think Mount has any kind of involvement. I think he has not signed the contract, so why should the club play him? The manager play him if he's not committed to the future of the club. So, man, now you're facing Liverpool, who lost 4-1 today. So, and it's at the bridge, so it's good for you guys. In the reverse fixture in which Modric's debut, he was cooking Trent. So there is some hope for you guys, but I mentioned this on the last stream. Like Nagelsmann and Enrique, they are available, so that adds more pressure on this guy Potter. So I think you need to get a new coach by the end of the season. I think you give whatever this time is left. I don't. I mean, do you think you're going to do anything in the Champions League? Like, you are you? I don't think you're going to beat Madrid. What do you think?
I think we can. Sometimes what I have to, I'm giving a little bit of pass to Graham Potter. Before I get into your question, Herbert, I'll get back to you in a minute. Let me acknowledge all the people that we have in the comment section, the viewers, and everyone that is listening at this moment. We have Phantom of Minute topic here. We have God of Frog, big up to you, God of Frog. We have Patrick Batman over here. Patrick, big up to you, and we have Guna, big up to you, Guna. You guys did a very, very good job on your Leeds United team, and you're really, really showing the kind of team you guys are at this moment. No matter what the City does, you guys are showing so much confidence that you can really, really win the Premiership, and I'm really happy for what the good job that you guys are doing. There's a pattern of play. There is a pattern of play. Arsenal Football Club. There isn't any at Chelsea Football Club. Can you tell me? I'll come back to your question, Herbert. I'll come back to your question. I know, like I said, can we even say there is a plan B for our Chelsea team? We haven't even seen a plan A yet, more or less for us to see a plan B. And what does Potter say to the players when they go into the dressing room for that 15 minutes? 15 minutes discussion. What does Potter say to these players for them to come out from the dressing room and change the game? And if you want to have an impact, if you want to change the face of the game, it's Gallagher. It's Conor Gallagher, the guy that can impact the game. Is he the guy that can change the game? I found it difficult to have that answer. But then, like I said, thank you everyone that is here. To the Julius Amwa, big up to you, Julius Amwa. I hope everyone is doing well in the family and then back home. So, what we have here, Phantom of Minute topics first to hit the like button, and also God of Frog says so depressing coming from a God of Frog. I agree with you, brother. Where is Stav? Where is Stav? I'm sure Stav is listening. I'd love to know if he's still backing Potter. That's the question to Stav. If Stav is listening, Stav, I have the link over there. You can jump in here and come and defend your brother Graham Potter. It's getting harder and harder to say Potter is a man for the job. You guys are shambles, and I agree with you. I agree. I can take any other adjective or pronouns or anything you want to use to qualify Graham Potter. I will take it because it is really, really shambolic performance from the football club. Patrick said it's embarrassing, Guna. It is true. It is. He should be sacked, bro. Need a replacement ASAP. Coming from to Mr. Patrick. If Felix is not the best player, what are you smoking? Coming from Mr. Patrick said Philip is not the best player for him. Felix did absolutely nothing to impact the game today. He should have come off halftime coming from Mr. Patrick here. It's very obvious Potter doesn't know what he is doing from day one till now. Get him out of the football club coming from Julius Amwa. Mount should have been on that pitch coming from Mr. Patrick, and also because he has been our best GA player for the last 2 to 3 seasons. Okay, uh, I think yeah, I get what Mr. Patrick is trying to say. And so we have this coming from Gulam Mustafa. Big up to you, Gulam Mustafa. He said, if you look at this stat, 27 shots, 8 on target, and 69 possession, 594 passes, 90% pass accuracy. Just a fact. Chelsea, like right now, okay, is to convert those into goals. It is true. Yes, the striking ability is also affecting the football club very very badly. The striker that we need to be able to convert those chances. Look at what Modric got. That chance should have been in the back of the net. That chance definitely should have been in the back of the net. And also, Phantom of any topic says first to like Potter out, Barry in. Gulam Mustafa, big up to you, my brother. I hope you're doing very, very well. You know yourself. Mount was a major miss. Agreed, definitely, it was a major miss. Mount is headed to Liverpool, coming from Phantom of Minute topic. Back to you, Mr. Herbert. This is my answer. I think Chelsea have proven in the past. If they haven't done that in the past, I would have said, there's no way they can play Real Madrid. But you have to remember, it's a different game. The Champions League way of style of play is different from the league game. It's like the league, the coaches are trying to assess each other. They know how they play. They know how Graham Potter played. Graham Potter have been in the Premier League for quite some time. So anything he does, I'm sure Unai Emery might have might have noticed the style of play. He knows how he move. He knows everything. So the players also know each other in the way they play. So sometimes it's very, very difficult trying to compare the Premiership game and also the Champions League game. Look how badly we've been in the Premier League, but then look how good we've been playing in the Champions League. So it could be a different ball game together playing in the Champions League. Also we have to remember Real Madrid haven't been on top of their game for quite some time now. So Chelsea can do the magic over Real Madrid, but then playing against Bayern Munich, if Bayern Munich has to move forward and be able to finish with Manchester City and move ahead, it will be very, very difficult trying to win a 90 minutes game against Bayern Munich. Because I saw Tuchel's first game, and Bayern Munich, he scored 4 goals. 4 goals. I think 3 goals, 2 goals or 3 goals in the first half, and then the rest was all just relaxed. Muller was on top of his game today. So that's what I have to say, Mr. Herbert. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they won and they are 2 points clear in the Bundesliga. But I mean, let's go back to the comments which Tuchel made, last in his last press conference, in which he was unveiled as the new Bayern Munich manager. He said that obviously he was very disappointed on getting the sack from Chelsea, but he said that
Yeah.
there was a conversation which lasted for 5 to 7 minutes in the morning, and that's it. I was sacked. And then he said, like, Chelsea was like a family to me because, he obviously lost the Champions League final the year before to Bayern Munich with PSG. And then he won it, a year later at Chelsea. So obviously he has some kind of attachment to you guys, because
Yeah.
that's his first Champions League as a manager and it's with Chelsea. So obviously, I think he fell out with Todd Bowley and, something happened there. Let's just assume that. And now he is not your manager, and as you mentioned, they scored 4 goals while you are losing 2-0 at home. So look, man, I think you need to go and get a top manager like Enrique. Enrique even wants to come to the Premier League. He has openly said that I want to come to a club who has big ambition. Who has a big project. So
Right.
Chelsea always is anything but ambitious. They are always, you guys always want to win stuff. So I mean, he could be a good fit for you. There is Nagelsmann also. I don't know what he plans, but again, he's a good manager. So I think Potter, I feel a bit bad for him. I think he should never should have come to Chelsea. He should have gone to a club like Tottenham where there is no expectation to win. Because at Chelsea, I always say this, you will get all the tools at Chelsea to work, but at the same time, you have to deliver. Otherwise, you will be out of the club. And that's what Roman operated on. And that's why you guys won the most trophies in the last 30 years. The most trophies won by an English club joint with Man City. So I think as a club, as a Chelsea fans, I think you have been spoiled with trophies, and now you know. I mean, you don't. I mean, your best chance to get into Europe is Conference League. Respectfully, because you mentioned that you can beat Madrid. Obviously, you can, but
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. And if you go out with Madrid with Potter, I think that should seal the deal, man, for him. Because then you have nothing to fight for in the league. You will be just doing what Tottenham are doing. At least Tottenham are trying to get into the top four. You guys are 12 points behind with two games already played. You're 12 points behind United. So you have 12, two, and we have to play two more games. So yeah, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, just like Hebert just said, guys, let me do this real quick for my brother over here. Guys, this is my graphic designer. If you need help, if you're a content creator and you need help, you need someone to design logos and stuff like that for you, you need someone to design your thumbnails for you, you want to hire a graphic designer, I recommend this guy. If you like my thumbnails, how it's being strategized and how it's being laid out, if you love it, this guy is your guy. It's Gulam Mustafa. He is if you want to get hold of him, just message me on Twitter, and then I'll give you his information. You can get hold of him, and then you can work. He can work with you. He will deliver. He will deliver at the right time. He's on point at any time when you need your work done. Here's my graphic designer over here. He does a lot of work for me. So yes, I will recommend him for you at any time because the way he does his work. So thank you very much, Gulam, for being here today. Phantom of many topics. Unai Emery took Villarreal to Europa Cup finals. Yes, he's done it many times in the Europa League competition. And also NDS, my brother, this is the second time also he's been here, and I'm also going to advertise for him. If you're joining us here, you need someone to rebrand your company, rebrand your YouTube channel, you rebrand anything you're doing. This is your guy. You can go for MDS Zilla. It's your guy. He said, I'm joining Chelsea to win the game from now on as usual. So guys, if you need help with rebrand anything on if you see the way I do my work, this is the guy that helped me out get everything done for me. So yes, I recommend these two guys for you, the graphic designer and the brand strategist. Also he said they just need to pay me $1 billion. That is coming from me. That's coming from Gulam. Also yes, so that's just by the way. Um, let's talk about Potter again. Let's talk about Potter habit. As I have you here, and you as a neutral fan, a Manchester United fan, we saw the first game, Manchester City and Liverpool. We're gonna talk a little bit about Liverpool game and Manchester City game before then we move on back to Graham Potter performance. What do you make of Liverpool positions right now so far? Is it Klopp that is down with his players? It's been there at the football club for way too long. Do they need a new manager to be able to change the way they play, or do you think it's the players? Herbert.
I mean, I don't think they need a new manager. And even if they need a new manager, who are they going to appoint? Klopp is one of the best in the world. The problem with Klopp is that he is not really good at, reinventing teams. He's very good at going into a club,
Microphone.
building a team.
Microphone closer,
Yeah,
please.
I mean, look, he, yeah, look, Klopp is very good at,
Good.
building a team. He'll build a team and then he will let it rot. That's what he did at Dortmund. He took them to the Champions League final, and then they went downhill from there for the next few years. So the problem with Liverpool is that they don't have money. That's the problem. They don't have any assets to sell. They don't have a Coutinho or a Suarez to sell and then reinvest that money. They obviously bought Gakpo and Nunes. That is combined to I don't know, like 140 million. So
Yeah.
I don't know where they are going to get the money to sign Jude Bellingham. That's what they want, but I don't think they are going to get. That's why I think they are going to go for the wish version of Bellingham. That's Mason Mount. So I think that's what they'll end up with. But no, man, I don't think Klopp should go anywhere. If anyone You know, I mean, look, I mean, Salah is still doing his thing today. I mean, he scored a goal, but then again, how long can Salah go? So again, there are these questions to be asked. But look, man, I mean, they lost 4-1 today. They are, I don't know, I think they're eighth or ninth in the table, something like that. So as a United fan, I'm very happy. Their biggest trophy for this season was smashing a 7-0. So, I really hope they get Conference League next time. I want to see them guys go to places like, Azerbaijan and them guys. So, yeah, man, I don't have any sympathies for Liverpool. I hope they, I want Chelsea to finish on top of them, but I don't think that's going to happen because the way you guys are going, I mean, that's going to be a good match this week. You guys are playing
Yeah.
them at Stamford Bridge.
Hmm. They're gonna play different. They're gonna play differently. They will be winning that game. I don't see any hope that Potter can win a game against Liverpool. Although they are not playing well, they're in a bad position at this moment.
Yeah.
And right now, Liverpool are on the eighth position, and Chelsea are still languishing in the. Oh, we even drop Fulham right now. Fulham is ahead of us, 28 points, and Chelsea. I think no. The point Chelsea. It's I think 38 points. Right now, Fulham is has a 39 points at this moment, so it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Thinking we can make up to the sixth or seventh position or fifth position, it's not. It's not going to be likely. It will be very very difficult if Potter have to do something, and if Todd Bowley don't do anything from now, the club position will be sinking and sinking and sinking. We're going to end up seeing ourselves in the fifth position before the season comes to an end. And we know when that happens, it means that Chelsea will be losing up a lot of money from Europe, but then the women can bring in more money in. And we know Champions League does for clubs that qualify for Champions League slot. But we'll look into that. And also, as we're here, I have DJ also over here. DJ, welcome to the stream, bro.
You got? Can you guys hear? Big up to you guys. How are you? Big up to you, Nee. Big up to you, Herbert. How you both doing? You good?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing
Yeah,
great.
I'm doing good.
Wonderful. I'm not that. I mean, I'm trying to lie to you. I'm lying to you a little bit. I'm trying to lie to you. I'm
Oh,
not.
mate.
I'm not in the best shape, bro.
Nah,
What went on, bro? What went on, bro?
listen, mate. I just wanted to say my condolences to to our previous regimes long before the Roman era and when the Roman era came, because managers like the late Gianluca Vialli, Ruud Gullit,
Absolutely.
Roberto Di Matteo, Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Conte, Tuchel. I name all these guys who've made a success at Chelsea and built our club up to where we are with all these records broken. And this guy in one swoop has literally come in and ruined every record of ours in the book. Do you know Aston Villa last beat Chelsea in 2011 at Stamford Bridge? Okay, that was their last victory against us. And this man's come in and it's all gone in one go. Again,
It's
ruining another record.
Almost about 20 years ago.
Yeah. Or was it that 20 years? The stats, I'm just saying though, but the stats in general since this guy's been our manager. Listen, people can go on about the players tonight as well. The players should have taken some of their chances. And I'm not putting all the blame on. I'm not just saying it's just Potter, because some of our players should have taken their chances tonight. I agree with that one. Yeah. Right. But this guy's management, in terms of what he did today, I mean, how can you bring N'Golo Kante on when we're gone 2-0 down? You put this small pint-sized guy who's just come back from bad injury to go and score you goals up front. You tell me that. As a, what do you call it today? This guy was trying to score goals today, coming from his midfield to try and score goals. Okay, we're chasing a game. Okay, everyone knew Conor Gallagher was going to come on. I got nothing against him coming on. Kante's coming on to try and do something.
But DJ, is Conor Gallagher a game changer?
Well, he can't listen. Conor Gallagher, as we know, is Conor Gallagher. He's a live wire player, right? He can be one of them players. It's got full of energy. He can sometimes be a game changer, yes. If he's given, depending on the situation, he has changed games for us before. However, in a situation that came on today, I mean, we're losing the game. We've gone 2-0 down. He's bring on Kante. The most common sense would be whether you like the guy, whether he likes the guy or not, or whether he likes the other guy or not. The common sense would be Datro Fofana or Aubameyang. They are the two kind of players that should be sitting on the bench. And we're losing a game 2-0. You got now. If you're going to bring on Kante, fine. But then you can put Enzo forward, They can then get the balls into the box. Either Aubameyang or Detro Fofana are going to get the goals in. They're going to get touches and put the ball into the back of the net today. This guy doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Like I said, every record in the game has been broken by this manager. And all the fans that are supporting him, and I know there's a few of that come on this stream of yours, take a good look at the records this guy is ruining since he's become our Chelsea manager. He's ruining every record. Even VS Boas had a better record than this guy. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
That's how embarrassing this is at the moment. What laughing stock we're becoming. Yeah, and you know that, and people are saying, "What managers can you go out get?" I can name 3 managers already that can come in and do a job for us. You can either name Nagelsmann, Luis Enrique, or Zinedine Zidane. Regardless of what Zidane's situation is, you can bring either of those 3. Poch is still available out there if we need to go down that road, which I don't really want. But you still got Nagelsmann and Luis Enrique that are there, out of work, no contracts. None of them are both looking for jobs. To salvage our season, they're the kind of 2 managers that I think can come in and do a job for us now. Under this guy, I'm telling you now, Nee and Herbert, right? We are not going to Champions League. I'm worrying about. You know, come Real Madrid, they put us out of that game. You're putting up a guy. You're putting a manager like Thomas. Sorry, like a Graham Potter alongside one of the greats in the game in Carlo Ancelotti. This hasn't got enough to lace up the guy's boots. Compared to the comparisons, mate. And we're bringing this and this. I'm sorry about my moan by, but this has just been a ridiculous day today, mate. I'm so gutted as a fan today, honestly. And we've got Liverpool coming up on Tuesday, which I'm going to be going to, by the way. I'm going to that game on Tuesday at Stamford Bridge. And I'm going to that game with my I've gone to my dad and my brother went today, but I'm going to go on Tuesday. But I tell you what, hope to God we won't lose. I'm worried about that game because Liverpool have just been bashed 4-1 by City. They're going to want to salvage something as well in this game, and I'm worried, mate. I'll be honest with you. I really am.
I understand and I know how you feel, DJ. I feel the same way. But if I should, do you think that the owners will pull the plug? Do you think they will do anything as it gets worse and get worse all the time? Big up to you, Mr. Asma.
Do you know what, Nee?
Go ahead.
The way it's all going, I don't think these guys are going to do anything, mate. I mean, what they've ruined. They have ruined everything Roman Abramovich has built at Chelsea, mate. And this guy's probably watching somewhere, wherever he may be, Roman Abramovich, thinking, "Oh my God, what's going on with my football club? I've given this whole my club to get rid of it, and he's given it to an owner that clearly does not know. The guy should just concentrate on 2 things: baseball. That's all this guy's known for. I'm telling you now, mate. The guy hasn't got a clue when it comes to management and what he's doing as an owner. Yeah, okay. Give it to the professional people. I don't think personally, for me, Christopher Vival, who's at Chelsea now, I don't think he would have been Potter in. I think this is one of the reasons why there's already been dialogue, I understand, between Nagelsmann and Christopher Vival already, being mentioned already. Okay, and possibly there's talks of also Luis Enrique, they've had talks. So this guy clearly doesn't believe in Potter. Just get the whole lot out of there, get the whole coaching staff out of there, and bring in whoever else needs to go. Just get him and his team out of there, because while he's his manager, I'm telling you, mate, we're gonna go nowhere this season. I'm telling you now. Our season is going to be over before, it's already over at the moment. We've got the Champions League to salvage. Yeah.
That's the only
we've got
thing
the Champions League to salvage, bruv. Yeah. That's the only thing we've got to salvage at this moment in time. I'll be honest with you, but we're 11th in the table. 11th. The last time we finished bottom half of the table, 1994, when the Premiership began, bro. 1994. This guy's taken us right down that spiral, mate. And the owners are loving all this.
It's hard to tell. We almost also lost the ladies' game when Graham Potter showed his face on the stadium. We almost lost that game. We almost did, man. We almost did.
This guy's bad news, bruv. Bad news, bruv. Bad news. Honestly. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my goodness. So I don't know. I can't even wrap my. But look at the players. I mean, we shouldn't put all the pressure on Graham Potter at this moment. Big up to you, Mr. Wilson Martinez. Let me see what Mr. Asman said. Asman said the boys gave everything in the game. They absolutely did. I know he's being sarcastic over here. Then we have I123 love you forever. Say big up to my brother Nate Zion and everyone on the panel and in the chat. Thank you very much. Big up to you too. I123 love you forever. Gulam Mustafa, he just smiled and laughed. Potter is so bad, mate. I agree with you, Mr. Wilson Martinez. I do agree with you. DJ knows Potter is done at this moment. We don't know what is going on. We don't know the way forward with Graham Potter. Should all the blame be on Graham Potter, or should the players also take some responsibilities? what was what's his name, Cucurella, doing over there, trying to head the ball. There was no communication. There was no communication between Cucurella and Koulibaly. Those two should know better, and that is why I always want to see Thiago Silva in there. He command that back three or back four, whatever it is at the back there. Cucurella headed the ball wrongly in the path of Ole Watkins, and we know how hot and cold and how dangerous this guy can be. He had a free goal, 1-on-1, and he took his chance. If Modric had that 1-on-1 and took his chance, the game balance would have shifted a little bit, because Chelsea were playing very good. They were keeping possession, but then the killer instant is the conversion rate is still low. Herbert, let me go to Herbert a little bit. I'll come back to DJ. Herbert, the individuality players, are they good enough? Are they good enough for all that money that we spent on these players? Are they good enough?
I mean, I'm looking at your screen and there is Mudrik with a 6.1 rating, and he had a very easy chance to score and he didn't put the ball in the back of the net. And this guy cost 62 million pounds with add-ons taking it to 100. So, I mean, look, you did bring in Potter and then you invested hugely on him, which is what every Chelsea manager gets. They get a lot of money spent on him, whether it's Roman or Todd Bowley. And I mean, look, I'm looking at your team. It's not a bad team. Look at that: Reece James, Koulibaly, and Cucurella. Okay, you can question Koulibaly. I don't think he's. I just find him like an African Maguire. He's always got a mistake in him. Cucurella was arguably one of the best left back last season, and he wanted to go to Man City, but you guys paid 62 million for him, and then Brighton sold to you guys. And I mean, Ben Chilwell, he was one of the man of the match in that Champions League final in which you won. João Felix is arguably one of the best young players in the world. Havertz, he's just living off that Champions League goal. Enzo Fernandez, 105 million. And Kovacic was captain today. So, it's not really individuals. It is a system problem, I think. I can't tell you what kind of Chelsea is going to turn up because I don't think the players know themselves. And that goes back to the manager. Under Tuchel, I was pretty confident. I pretty much knew how Chelsea will play. They're not going to really attack you much, but they will be very, very solid. I mean, you guys won the Champions League by conceding the least amount of goals. I mean, that's what Tuchel did. But at Chelsea right now, you're getting bullied by Ollie Watkins. So, it is a bit mixture of both the things that, DJ mentioned about he's ruining whatever you guys have built upon.
By overpaid Cucurella. Go ahead, Herbert.
Yeah. Look, I mean, obviously Brighton will charge extreme amount. You just watch what they are going to do with McAllister, Mitoma, and this guy, Evan Ferguson. They are going to sell those three for combined 250 million. So you have to overpay for those players. We paid 75. We pay 75 for Anthony. So clubs like Chelsea and United, when they come for players, they know that we got lots of money. So club will charge a premium. So I'm not going to blame you guys for spending that money, but I think you need some, like identity, man. I just don't see how Chelsea are going to turn up. That's the problem. I don't, except for couple of players. I mentioned about João Felix. Like, he's not really a Chelsea player yet, but he seems to be the only one who cares about winning or trying to maintain his standard. So
isn't that funny?
I think that's the problem.
He's not even our player, but he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the most dedicated.
All right. DJ Saab, I talk about Cucurella and some of the players taking responsibilities. Now I'm gonna come back to DJ Saab real quick.
Yes,
okay.
Bro.
This is coming from a Gulab Mustafa. He says DJ is done for Potter. That's what it's looking like. Nagelsmann will be a swap coming from Phantom of Mini topic. Why Badishia did not start the game? I think it has to do with some of the players coming from international break. And I felt that coming. That could be one of the reasons why Chelsea was going to lose this game, because most of the players that were coming from international break would not participate in today's game. I felt that coming. Also, this is coming from Asma. Asma said, "Do we have only Kai as he scored a UCL final goal? He is some very weak. We need to drop him, given time to give Kai." The time to give to Kai for Fana will make sure to impact us. He means that the time that we give to Kai Havertz, why not give the same time to Fofana to improve himself. Thank you very much, Mr. Asma, for that. And also we have Patrick Batman over here. He says, Gunto, where are you? Stav, where are you? He's
Stab,
watching
where are
right
you,
here
bruv?
on
Yeah.
where are you, Stav? Where are you, Stav? Are you still backing Graham Potter? Tuchel to Bayern Munich to replace Nagelsmann, to Chelsea to replace Tuchel. That coming from Mr. Phantom of Mini Topic. Barry or Nagelsmann? We don't know yet. Also we have here. I can't wait. I can't wait. Club statement tomorrow coming from Mr. Asma. I know you want to hear Tuchel. Potter to be sacked. Modric, Tuchel won 4-2 today. 4-2. His first game. Taking over 4-2. Modric is worth Lukaku money. That is coming from Phantom of Mini Topic. We are up the Charles. Big up to you, brother. He says big up. Okay, yeah, big up to everyone. Potter is clueless coming from Mr.
He's
Tuchel.
more than clueless, man.
Master teacher, sorry, master teacher. Big up to you. It's nice to see you here, bro. I hope you're doing very, very well. Phantom of Mini Topic said Cucurella needs a haircut. Everybody keeps saying the same thing. Potter out. Potter injured coming from Abdic Chairs.
That's what we need.
Yeah. And then Phantom of Many Topics said bring back the bus valet. Jose Mourinho to pack the bus. We don't need to pack the bus. We need to start playing good football, and we don't see the pattern of play. Let me welcome my brother CFC OG. Welcome to the stream, brother. And then before we go to DJ, back to you again in terms of the players. How much you pay for the players? Should the players take some responsibilities in their performance today? DJ, sir.
Listen, as I said earlier on, I'm not. As I said, you know, I was saying about Potter, but some of the plays, yeah, I agree, will have to because of the chances it had. But listen, what I will say about the plays is this, okay? You know, I people go on about the money we spent on certain players. Okay, for me, if this goes under, and I personally think if it's under another, maybe they don't know, maybe they don't want to play. I don't know. I don't know if it's they've got they worry about them because the confidence factor with Mudryk at the moment. The guy's hardly played games. You know, he had a very bad game for Ukraine. I watched the game against England. He wasn't that great in that game either. And obviously gave him his chance today. He missed a couple of chances today. I'm not going to blame the kid. I'm not going to blame him at all. Yeah, he should have scored those two. On another day, that ball probably hits the back of the net. But I think it's his confidence with him at the moment. I think that will come. I think he's too much of a good player not to have those confidence, not to score them goals. I think that will come in time. For me personally, I think. Us from Felix, look, Felix today was more or less. Felix today, I think, was playing like you said. He's not even our own player.
It's okay. DJ, it's okay. Do not worry. It's okay.
Yeah, Felix was our own player today. Sorry, what's saying about Felix? He might not be our player. Okay. Yeah. However, you know, he put more in the shift today than I think most of those players put on the pitch today. But at the end of the day, you know what? Though I can't say anything. If you look at the stats, at the end of the day, we had our chances today. But then you look at the changes Mr. Potter made. Okay, and you're thinking to yourself, he wants to change the game, right? So what does he go and do? He brings on, as I said earlier on, he brings on Kante to come and change the game and put him in front. I mean, to go and score you goals. I mean, come on. You know,
that's not okay. To me, It's not okay. In the game like that, the game's a high-profile game, although it's Aston Villa, but it's high-profile game. It needs a lot of endurance on the football pitch, and we all agree that Kante hasn't played in high-profile game. Why do you bring him in to change a game of that magnitude? 2-0 down.
And that's exactly it. And, sorry, go on, bro.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was going to finish up by just saying. Sorry, I was going to finish up. If that Fofana was injured, because OJ just said, I didn't know he was injured today, Fofana. If he was injured, then fair enough. Then swallow your pride and put a Aubameyang on that bench at least. Do you get me? So remember, come on and try and do something. Do you get me? But this manager, man, he's clueless, man. Clueless Potter. Sorry.
Thank you very much. DJ Sap said this manager is really, really clueless. This is coming from Gulam Mustafa. I said these are in fact new. Now Chelsea seems to just be playing for their manager and to avoid the lowest league finish since 1996. Thank you very much for that fact, Gulam Mustafa. Guys, let me shout out my brother here again. If you look up all my thumbnails and if you really like those thumbnails and the way it's been laid out and designed, This is my graphic designer that does all the work for me. And earlier on, I did introduce you guys to my brand strategies also. So if you're looking for a trustworthy graphic designer, Gulam Mustafa is your guy. He's very, very trustworthy. And if you want to hold him responsible, do not come to me, because I am recommending him to you. So yeah, if you have any problem with him, come to me. Do not face him, and then I'll settle everything out for you. So if you guys have seen that movie, sorry, it's Cut to Settle, another wonderful movie. So yeah, so if you have any problem, come to me. Coming from Gulam Mustafa, thank you very much, brother, for being here once again. Kepa need to leave. Coming from God of Frog, big up to you, God of Frog, for tuning in and listening to our program today. Roman would have fired Potter by now. Absolutely, that is true, because where Chelsea are on the league log, Roma would never want to see his team there. He's done it many times. He never want to see his team there. Mr. Asman said, I still don't understand what kind of formation do we play together. Is it 3-4-3 or is it 1-6-3? I'm still asking myself. And with the formation, we are playing high line. Yes, there was so much high line in the game today, which we saw a lot of players found themselves just them and Potter. And that strike coming from John McGinn. We know that guy have that in him, but then Kepa did not see it. The whole team couldn't block that ball. It was about I think about 30 yards away, 30 yards or 25 yards away, and still make it to the back of the net. This is ridiculous. Coming from Fire Potter, that is Snoopy G. Big up to you, Snoopy G. Scholar United said in good news, Chelsea need only 2 more points to get 40 points and avoid relegation. Let's go back to our big. Yeah, let's go back to our big brother OG, CFC OG. Bro, take us through Chelsea game today. And also if you can throw some highlights on the big game against Manchester City and also Liverpool. I don't know where you want to start from, but you can start from Chelsea game if you want to.
I can't even. I was, I done a watch along for that with my friend, big up Rods, yeah. But I can't even go on about that game. I don't care at this moment. I only care about what's happening at Chelsea. Like, I can't believe some of the love Potter's still getting. I know it's 99% hate, but I just still can't believe there's 1% of people taking pictures of him, defending him online, giving him the time of day. Like, and I'm just like, this guy is the worst thing ever. Like, this guy, honestly, I just can't believe he's in charge of Chelsea. I cannot believe he's the 4th most paid player in the world. We paid Brighton, we brought his players in. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, look at Cucurella. Everyone's trying to get on it. He should be best player in the team if you want to speak from like, a managerial point of view. Remember Mourinho when he brought his guys in? Mourinho's guys were one of the best in the team. Like, how can his own guy listen? And Modric as well. Modric probably missed that on purpose, bro. He wants him out of here as well. Like, you said another day he would scored. As long as Potter's there, that it's always gonna be another day because he's a curse. He's a walking curse, bro. No wonder he always gets cursed out. I'm honestly shocked there's not a pitch invasion. I'm honestly shocked the fans are not going on the pitch, just protesting, causing madness. Maybe one of them can, do something. I'm not condoning violence to him, but, bruv, someone's going to lose the plot and get to Potter soon. So just for his own safety, Todd Bowley, sack the guy. He's not going to walk. He'll take whatever abuse he can. He's getting paid 14 million.
He's getting paid 40 million. That's a lot of money. He's not going to think of walking away. It's a dream job for Graham Potter.
Yeah, but is it?
How are his children, man?
Is it
like that? Can you quit?
Is there such thing as gardening leave? Stick the man on gardening leave, man. Still pay his money. Pay him his money. Stick him on gardening leave, whatever it is, and bring in someone else that's going to salvage our season. Because I tell you right now, OG, big up to you, by the way, bro. Yeah, if he's in charge of us now, I mean, till the end of the season, yeah, Champions League, forget about it. Like I said, imagine him gracing the same pitch as Carlo Ancelotti at the Bernabeu Stadium. That in itself is embarrassing. This guy's got nothing on Carlo Ancelotti, yeah, and this guy's going to be managing us against them in a couple of weeks' time when we play them. Yeah, I'm tell you what, I'm not looking forward to that game. I tell you that now. While this guy's in charge, I'm hoping the owners will see some kind of sense. Okay, and I look at the situation. Like OG said, and look, I'm nothing of it. I don't condone violence. I don't like the managers being threatened. I don't like anything. I've got no hate towards Graham Potter. I just don't think he's the man for the job. I've said this from the beginning when we took him on. We got rid of a good manager in Tuchel and brought this guy in. Okay, and this guy's done nothing. And people are going about, he won this in Norway or Sweden. Well, that's in Sweden and whatever other and Norway.
He only won one thing there. He only won one thing.
Bruv. Do you get me?
The
But
Swags are cut.
people are
Like, I don't want
people are
this
using
Swags in
that.
my whip team.
But yet
Staff
people are
will use
using that
that.
as
It
a
won't
weakness,
stop
bro.
them.
Honestly, it's
Guys,
ridiculous.
sorry guys to cut you off. Guys, we have 13 people watching right now. We only have just 10 likes. If you haven't, drop a like on the video. It will help the channel. It will help the also YouTube algorithm to push our video. And also, guys, do me a favor. Just copy the link and then drop it on any Facebook platform that you find yourself. It will help the channel whilst we're live. It will help get the numbers to maybe 50 or 60 if we have that luck. The more, YouTube always change itself. Back in a couple of years ago, it used to be the kind of thumbnails you make with bikinis, and that's how YouTube pushed. Now it is the number of views and the number of watch time you do get on your platform. That is how YouTube shoots it. So if you have the numbers over here watching at this moment, let's try and put the likes on the video. That is how YouTube does algorithm work. So whilst we're here, we have the numbers watching. Let's try and share the videos, and also let's put a like on the video. It will help, and I really appreciate everyone doing that.
Add it
It's
on
very,
the
very
Twitter now.
important.
Let me add it.
What was that against?
I said share it on the Twitter group, share it in all the places.
I did. It's on YouTube, and it's on Twitter, and so my Facebook groups that I have almost about 1K Facebook group members. I've shared it there. So guys, help out the channel. You can share the link for us on any platform that you found yourself. So yeah, I'll get back to DJ Sav real quick whilst we have you. The comments are getting more and more. If I don't tackle them, I'm gonna be reading. Thank you very much for the time. When he subbed off Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he played Noni and Kante with the same place, both of them right midfield forward. Oh my goodness! Even laymen who don't even are not even tacticians can even tell what this man is doing is not right. Staff, if you're watching, we need you here on this platform. The link is right there. I've pinned the link. Staff, come over here and defend Graham Potter. I know you're Graham Potter's defender. Come if you're watching. Staff,
his lawyer.
The link.
His lawyer.
Voice. DJ is ready for you. I'm ready for you, and also OG, CFC OG is also ready for you.
Nah,
Come, let's have an argument.
No one can.
Sack Potter and replace him with Staff.
Oh God.
Should have come off Mount, and I think halftime. Okay, that is coming from Patrick, and Mr. Asmon said just Felix. Felix said. Felix just want to make YouTube clips. Writer coming from Mr. Asman. The highlights paid, the highest paid gardener in the world coming from God of Frog. Thank you very much. I love that comment. God of Frog said, I would have him in the janitor cleaning the private area. That's what he said. Ghulam Mustafa said, questions to all panelists. Given that whatever Potter has done with the team, if you give the chance to manage Chelsea, what would you do in the position? What's the first change? The change you would do? Okay, we'll keep that in mind. I'll ping that. I'm sure DJ Sav is putting that in notes down, and also CSUOG will put that down. We'll come up. We'll tell you what we're gonna do if we are in charge of Chelsea Football Club at this moment. So we'll come back with that answer for you. Wilson Martinez, big up to you, Wilson. If the problem to fire Potter is money, I propose to make a donation. We all donate $1 to pay for his contract and for him to leave. I'm tired of seeing him run the football club down. Coming from Wilson. Wilson, yes, we are already. We will all gonna donate some money. I'll put in $10,000. Let's see how much others can. DJ Sap, he's a DJ, worldwide DJ, English #1. So he's got a lot of money we're gonna put in there. And what I'll try and do, I'll get a Ferrari for Graham Potter, and I'll put his suitcase in the back of in front of it, the boot, the trunk is in front of the Ferrari, and I'll put his stuff over there. We'll drive him out of Stamford Bridge because he's running the football club down. Potter position at Chelsea is beyond him. He is not ready to lead an ambitious team that is looking for championship. He has shown it every game since his arrival. Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. And also UCL is our miracle, coming from Phantom of Mini Topic. The yes man must have been instructed to not bring on Money Mace. Yes, Money Mace. Last one is coming from Phantom of Minute Topic, Lampard over Potter. So let me throw this question to DJ Sav, or maybe any of them can take it. If you're in charge of Chelsea Football Club as a manager, what will you change at the football club? Whoever ring the bell, you are for it. Wherever the bell was coming from, you take it. I'm not so sure where the bell was coming from. I had a bell. Ding. So wherever the bell was coming from. Is it coming from DG? Is it coming from you?
I don't think it was me.
I think so. My phone, my missus' phone.
All right, anyone can take it.
But Lampard, you know what? Yeah, I was the reason I was a bit late to this. Yeah, I was on Terry's show, innit?
Yeah, I saw you.
We literally, it was like Lampard, he better than Potter, and he said maybe not. But I'm telling you, I think Lampard is as good as Potter. There's not much difference between them, to be honest. And one's been doing it for how many? Almost a decade more. So, bro, I'm telling you, like, I just, for his own safety, please, Bowley, I don't know. He should make like a safety contract. He should be like, look, sign this contract. We'll pay you half of what you think, what we owe you, yeah, and we'll guarantee your safety. We'll get you security or something for the next 2 years. Because, bro, man, this guy's done for, man. He's not destined to win anything with Chelsea, man. That's the facts.
Yeah, and the other thing I was also going to.
What will you do, OG? We're still having. I think OG is very busy. Let's go to DJ Sav. DJ Sav.
Yeah.
What will you change?
First of all, to be honest with you, look, listen. It was mentioned on another stream. What I will say is, a Pep Guardiola would love to come and manage these Chelsea players. All he needs to do is add in a Kevin De Bruyne and a Haaland, maybe, and a Foden in that team. Okay, and he would love to come and manage Chelsea. We've got one of the best squads in the Premiership, whether people like to say that or not, but we have. Okay, all right. So I would not change anything in terms of that because we've got the squad. I'll just probably I'll probably just find a way of making us win and have that winning mentality in the place. Because let's be honest, right? When these players all came into the football club, okay, let's be honest. When these players were at the football club, right? You got Kai Havertz, okay. You got Mason Mount, okay. You got Thiago Silva, you got N'Golo Kante, Reece James, Ben Chilwell. Okay.
What else?
Just a minute. I'm trying to think who else is there in that midfield. Anyway, all these players,
a
lot more, bruv. A lot more. What I was going to say, bruv, all these players are Champions League winners. They're all Super Cup winners and they're all World Club. So they're looking at this manager and thinking, mate, what have you actually won? I've actually won a Champions League here. What have you won? You've won nothing. And you want to come and tell us how to play football and managers and how to play football? Coaches? Listen, mate, this guy, that's what I'm trying to say. This was the biggest mistake that we made. And so what I'll do is if I was the owner of the football, I'd actually have brought in I'd have either kept Tuchel at least until the end of the season. If you wanted to make the change, then fair enough, you do that. Because let's be honest, all right, Roman Abramovich, all right, he kept Claudio Ranieri on, even when he first took over the football club in 2003. Okay, he kept Ranieri on, brought him the players. Okay, Ranieri took us to third. He took us to third. And then he brought in Jose to come and complete the whole thing after that. Okay, this guy is coming. He's been given money, so people can't come on here and say, and Stav, or else wants to come on here and say anything to you. They can't come on here and say, oh, by the way, he's not been back with any money and got his players. People can go on about the injuries. The injuries are now coming back now. Okay, players are starting to come back slowly. So what is Potter doing? Okay, we're still losing games, and we're losing at Stamford Bridge. We're losing at our spiritual home. We drew to Everton a couple of weeks ago before the international break. How embarrassing is that? First of all. Then we go and lose to Aston Villa today, a team that was below us before the start of the Premier, before the start of the day. They're now gone above us. We're now 11th spot. I'm looking at, thinking to myself, even under VS Boas, we were never this down. I think we were 10th spot under VS Boas before Di Matteo took it, and then he took us somewhere, and then we went down to 10th spot off, and we won the Champions League that year in 2012 season. But still. Right. Done a better job than this idiot is doing. I'm sorry calling him an idiot. I don't mean to. Sorry if that's rude of me, but he's just doing better than this guy.
Maybe he does have some kind of, I don't know, intelligence problem. He replaced it with emotional intelligence.
Yeah. The guy's, I'll give him one thing. Yeah, he's known for, he's got a degree apparently in psychology or something like that for the play. Okay, that's probably.
It must have been like a third. It must have not even been a 2-1. Like, I don't know how he qualified. I don't know what Buki University gave it to him.
Bro, you know what, bro? That's so.
And what kind of a psychological degree? What kind of psychological degree had this man had? Because those psychological degree degree that this man have is not really affecting the players. So what kind of, and also I want to ask the psychological guy that we brought from All Blacks rugby football team, what is his work? Hasn't he be able to notify the kind of problems that the team is going through at this moment in time, be able to psych them up for every game? You get what I'm saying? Jose Mourinho, who wasn't really a top tactician back in the days, he was only a translator. He worked under Louis van Gaal and worked under Sir Bobby Robson. And he became a translator. Having that knowledge, knowing how to talk to players, he transferred that kind of knowledge into his coaching, and he was able to be his own psychological person, able to psych players up, and also being a tactician at the same time. If Potter have that degree that Jose Mourinho did not have when he was coaching, why can he impact that psyche into these players for every game?
Oh God, mate! Listen, I didn't mean to call him an idiot here because he's not an idiot. But what I'm just saying is he's just not the guy for the job. And whatever Chelsea fan out there is still backing this guy, you really, really need to look at yourselves and ask yourself: is this guy? Do you really want this guy being the front face of your football club to take us forward? Because at the moment, I don't see us going anywhere apart from down. And I'm not saying relegate, but he's going to take us down because he basically, people were talking about the teams that are above us, right? Brighton, Fulham, and all them. That's Graham Potter's levels. Brighton was their levels to be above. This is Chelsea Football Club. We're up there with Man City's, the Liverpools, the Arsenal, the Manchester Uniteds, the Arsenals, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're up there with them teams. Not where we are now. And this guy is not the answer. And I really hope to God the owner sees some sense tonight and just tell him, you know what, listen, Graham, thank you for whatever you've gone and done, Mr. Potter. You've done whatever you can. Go and do your magic somewhere else with another football club that is going to be great for you. Okay, but this, unfortunately, is not the club for you. We need to bring someone else who's going to actually win us, who's going to come in, motivate these players. I think the players at the moment look lost. They don't look motivated under this guy. Okay, we got, like I said before, a Pep, a Klopp, would love to come and manage our football club because we got a great squad on paper. Anyone can say we got a great squad, but we've got the wrong manager to manage us.
I wish we had Klopp. I wish we had Klopp, bro. 7-year project Klopp. I would love 7 great years at Chelsea. You just come to the end of it now at Liverpool. Might as well take him, pay. Like every try rip him. FSG don't spend money. My man will give him Klopp like at least 200-300 mil to spend. Klopp will be like, don't worry, I just want 150. I'll just do one player. We've got a good squad already, bro. We've got my brother Sterling back. I'm saying he can't even. It just really gets to me. It's like how do we keep Potter in for this long? Like no team, even a low squad like Southampton, lower level team, Everton, they would have sacked him by now. Any team would have sacked Potter by now. Why are we keeping him? It's because Bowie doesn't want to pay him out. That's the only logical conclusion I can come to.
Yeah, bruv. And you know what, Opie? There is a manager out there we can even go and get. Go and get a Luis Enrique. The man's out of work. Get him in.
That's what I'm saying. There's better managers we can get. Luis Enrique. I know Nagelsmann's he's young, he's a project, but I'll take Conte at this stage. I'll take Conte.
Nagelsmann. They're all there. Out of work.
Thank you very much, DJ Salvin and OG.
Right,
they all fancy a new manager to come over and take Chelsea Football Club. Let me read some few comments as we have here. Spouting up. We have a brother also here. Big up to you, Mr. Pod. I hope you're doing very, very well. And then I'll give you a chance to have a say real quick. Give me a couple seconds. Let me read some few of the comments, and then I'll get back to you, Mr. Pod. Okay. We have coming from Phantom of Minute Topic said Lampard over Potter, and also Mr. Asman said Frank Lampard was never this bad at Chelsea manager as a Chelsea manager. And also we have Phantom of Minute Topic said questions to group if firing Potter means getting Lampard back. Do you do it? We'll do it. No, we don't want Lampard. He's so inexperienced.
I don't care.
In my opinion,
anyone, but allow an English manager. Let's just go with some foreign feature like we usually do. I just looked at the top 12 paid managers in the world, and Potter's the only one there that's English. And I'm looking at this list, and I'm thinking, wow, like how can we not have any of these top managers other than Inzaghi? Like, you know what I'm saying? Jose Mourinho back, even Allegri, like Klopp. I wish Diego Simeone, anyone.
Okay. Thank you very much, OG. And this is coming from Asma says Grant Potter, the third highest paid manager in the world, has two full weeks to prepare for 11th place Aston Villa. That is coming from I love that comment coming from my brother over here. And also we have this is coming from Okay, that's coming from me, guys. Do not forget to don't forget to like the video and also share the video
Big
as
up,
well.
Chelsea,
Thank you
Mitchy
very
boy, big
much.
up.
Thank you very, very much. And also big up to you, who are Michi boy,
Big
Chelsea
up
Michi
to
boy.
Mitchy
Big
boy,
up
no,
to you,
big up
bro.
to
We
Chelsea,
salute
Mitchy
you.
boy. Big up, bro.
Salute you, bro. You the man. You the man. Big up DJ and OG. What about me? What about me? You forget about me. Come on, Michi
Nah, we
boy.
all love you,
We
man.
all love you, mate. Yeah, we do, mate. They really
I'm
do.
being
They really
jealous
do,
over
mate.
here. All right, Lychee coming from Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick over here. Big up Blue. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Shouting me out. Also, how it's so bad with even more players. Very, very bad.
It's a
It's headache for.
paradox.
It's. I mean, I'll tell you to be honest with you, it's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy
It
for
ain't
a manager
easy.
of Graham Potter of his magnitude to be able to handle over 30 players. It's not easy. He has to try and make everyone happy. With that one, I'll give him a pass. It's not easy, but he should be able to get better results from these kind of players that we have. They are talented players in our team. If he's not getting the best out of them, then there's something wrong. There's something really wrong with Patrick says 600 million spent. Yeah, no, absolutely. We all know it's disgraceful coming from Mr. Patrick. And also ask myself Fulham, West Ham, Southampton, Spurs, Leeds, Leicester City, Everton,
Wow.
Villa. We can't beat these clubs. How? We are going to beat Real Madrid. It's going to be impossible. He is a psycho coming from Snoopy G. Big up to you, Snoopy G. Have qualification doesn't mean you're smart. Absolutely. You could be right, you could be wrong, but I agree with you. Up there, cheers. Big up to you, says we're getting relegated with Potter.
Whoa.
We
No,
won't, but then
can't
it's
do
not
that.
looking good. We won't. Manchester City coming from Gulam Mustafa. He says Man City, KDB, Gundu. I think Gundogan is investment. Gundo is investment from the past. Foden from academy. The rest of the players are who came from the recent transfer window. This tells me the Chelsea not able to sign the previous to sign in previous window, and I get what Mustafa Gulam Mustafa is trying to say. Then we're gonna move on to Patrick. Said that they say that there is thin line between insanity and then genius, but there is clearly insanity. Bully out and Potter out. Thank you very much. Coming from Patrick over here. I know what Patrick means. Is Pep contract at Manchester City up for renewal? I
It
think the
will
guys
be
have a lot
at
of
the end of the
answers for that.
season.
It will be soon. Potter is English. He got no major trophy.
That is a
This
statistical
is
fact since '92.
yeah, this is coming for Gullit Ismail. Says big up to the panel and the chat. I am sorry, but Potter is mentally impotent.
Impotent.
That's been too harsh. Gullit Ismail. Anyone but Potter. He's been outdone by the likes of
Sorry,
Dyche
gents.
and
I was just
Emery.
out. Sorry, boys. I'm
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
No,
Sorry.
no
you're right.
problem,
You're
I
bro.
right. In a minute,
apologize.
replace Potter with John Terry, and also anyone Phantom, or maybe Phantom.
Anyone.
If we are not careful, Chelsea could actually turn into Tottenham. Todd Levy is actually becoming toxic with his
Jeez.
decision, and also Georgie Diago is sick. Phantom of many
Diego
topics
who?
of firing Potter would bring new
Yoni, I think.
manager bounce. It would bring new manager bounce. That is true. Gulam is Mustafa said Jose asked the owner to bring me Diego. Roman never questioned. Roman never questioned. They won Premier League, UCL. This means that the ownership is a root problem. Even Pep can't do much under such ownership. That is right. That makes a lot of sense coming from Mustafa. Now we are 11th. Yeah, we are below Aston Villa. Below Fulham. Sorry, we are below Fulham right now. Said big up Blues. Big up to you, Michi boy, Michi boy. Big up to you. Big up Nee. You happy? No, I'm not, bro. I'm not. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. Madrid. Snoopy G said Madrid going to kill us. the Champions League game is different from the domestic league, so that's where we can have a pass from. Chelsea done shut down Michi Long, match long when
Did he?
last sub came
Oh
on.
man, I can imagine. Sorry.
Guys, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Let me go back to my brother here, who's been here for a while. Mr. Paul, tell us what you make of this game today.
Listen, look,
drop all 20 cents here, bro. Drop everything.
Yeah, look, obviously the results not great today. However, Chelsea fans already look at it from one dimension, the defense and the team selection. The team selection was obviously the manager's responsibility, but I've not listened to his post match. I'd like to know a couple of things as to why he thought that back line was the right way. But we had enough and created enough to win the game today. And the one problem we've had all season is finishing our dinner. We are unable to do that. I think for me, sorry about this. For me, I think when we changed ownership, that kind of told us a lot, especially when you brought Graham Potter in. I just feel that we've entered a different type of era, with the same era that Arsenal and Man United are in, where we're going to have to take our time with managers and see, the process. I think hiring and firing managers is a thing of the past at Chelsea now. I'd be really shocked if this guy was sacked during the season. Maybe at the end of it, but not during the season.
I agree. It will happen at the end, if anything. But I do have to go anyway, man. I just want to. I like this, man. You change the football therapy session. Even though that name's already taken, but that's what it feels like, man. We're getting it out there. Hopefully, it'll trickle down, get to Todd Bowley and his lot on Twitter. And at the end of the season, I want it to be before preseason, everything's ready to transition, get one of the top 12, 15 managers, and let's see how it goes, man. But that's my last 2 cents, man. Big up everyone.
Big up to you. Take care, bro.
Thank you, OG. I'll see you, OG. I'll see you on Monday. I'll be off Sunday. I'll take a break and enjoy and spend some time with the family. But then Monday we'll be back again. Yes, I have to give time to the family also. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, what I would say is this: look, we've had a bad season. And the only way Graham Potter could turn it around is if he won the Champions League. And if he wins the Champions League, all the Chelsea fans that have been giving him a lot of hate are going to get humbled, and you're going to have to give him another season because he's earned it. He's earned the right. You gave it to Tuchel. You're going to have to give it to him because he's won a trophy. And I think if he gets that trophy under his belt, he seems to, for some odd reason, perform in the UCL than he does in the league. Because you said it yourself, they're two different competitions. Listen, Definitely. Look, for me, if we don't get an elite manager at the beginning of next season or the end of this season, I'm not going to call for the manager to be sacked or anything. I blame Todd Bowley for where we are. I blame his lack of planning, his decision making. It's okay going crazy on players. Why didn't you go crazy on the best manager you could get? If the captain of the ship, is not the best, what do you think's going to happen? Even if you got the best manager and you didn't give him Mudryk and you didn't give him Felix, he would probably still be able to do a decent job with this team. And for me, I just think this whole squad needs sorting out. We need to know the guys that are going to stick around and want to fight for the shirt and the ones that don't. And there's too many players at our club that obviously we're all aware of. But the ones that want to stay and fight, fine. And just make sure that the ones that do stick around, we have got an elite manager. I want someone who's a winner. And I said this before Potter came in. And my guy's about to win his first Serie A. Go and get Spalletti. Go and get him now. Because you know what? I don't want the others. I want Spalletti because I know he will not win anything for a couple of years, but the football he plays is absolutely fantastic. And that is the guy I wanted. But that's my personal choice. That is me being selfish. That is me watching Napoli because I like the way they play. But look, we're just gonna have to see the season out. And I'm not saying Potter out. I'm not. I blame the board. I blame the owner personally. He's brought us to this, and I just want to know from Potter, why Oba's not in the team. If he's done something stupid, I can accept that because he tends to do things like that in the past. But if there's certain players that are not being picked because of favoritism, which I believe that's what it is, then that is another problem that we have at the club. And yeah, that's it from me.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Pod. Mr. Pod, I've said it all. Like I said, the Champions League is a different ball game together, and also compared to what we see in the league. He's struggling in the league, but it's the same team, the same managers, the same players that Potter will be facing next season. And I know the style of the Real Madrid style of play is different. The way they play in the Champions League is different, and Potter can have his way. But winning it doesn't mean that he should secure still be the Chelsea manager next season. That would be very, very difficult. I don't know what DJ Saab want to say.
Yeah, listen.
If he wins it, should he be the manager? Should he still be the manager? Should he get that credit?
Listen, big up to Mr. Podbutter. I think it's the first time I'm actually speaking to you, bro. Big up to you. You made some brilliant you made some excellent points there, mate, on everything you just said there. But what I will say, though, on what you said there, my thing on it is this, Roberto Di Matteo won his Champions League in 2012, right? He got given the opportunity in management, but didn't last. And then Rafa Benitez came in, and we all know what happened after that. I personally don't think this guy, if we win the Champions League, again, it's going to be, everyone's going to say, oh, yeah, it's going to be a lucky Chelsea thing because it's, we've done it under a different manager. Listen, if the players, I've always said the players are probably more suited to the Champions League than they are in the Premiership, to be honest with you. And I think this is why I think they find it probably more easier to probably go out there and maybe perform and get wins and get goals. But whereas a Premiership is a completely different ball game altogether. And this guy who's had the managerial experience like he's had, I personally think, for me personally, he was never the Brighton. If people want to talk about his kind of where he should be, I reckon a manager like him should be managing Tottenham, to be honest with you, because they'll do the project that it's a project they're doing that he'll get his feet under. But at Chelsea, it's a completely different project altogether. And I just think, okay, with the players that we've got in this team, other managers would get a kick out of these players. And I'm talking about, you said it, Spalletti, Luis Enrique. I'm talking about Nagelsmann. I'm talking about Poch, even possibly. Even I don't want Poch at the football club. He could even get a kick out of these players. Yeah, even the Flick could get a kick out of these players. This guy they don't seem to be motivated to play under him. And I'm not saying, okay, that he's in charge of a defender. He's not a defender. He's not a goalkeeper. So he doesn't go out there and put the shirt on to it. He picks the team. And it's up to the players to go out there and do what they need to do. And I'm not saying it's all on Graham Potter, because the chances we had today, I reckon the players should look at themselves because they should have buried them today. I'm not going to deny that all. But I just think his changes he made in the game today, again, was was wrong completely. And again, we're chasing a game. He brings on Kante. We're going 2-0 down. He brings on Kante and sticks the guy up front to go and score you goals. And that's not the guy's position. He's just come back from a bad injury. And you're pushing this guy forward. What do you mean? To get his injury bad again? So for me, this is why I said, if that Fofana I heard was injured today, I didn't know that from CFC OG said he was injured today, so I didn't realise that. But if Aubameyang is just because he doesn't like Aubameyang because Thomas Tuchel bought him in, the old regime bought him in, Thomas Tuchel bought him in, he doesn't want to use him, then I'm telling you that's a stupid mark on it on behalf of Graham Potter in terms of that, because Aubameyang could have been a player that could have changed the game today for me, and he didn't even have him in the squad today. It's things like that that annoys me with Graham Potter. And there's other things as well I can say as well. I don't think his coaching is great for this football club. I think we could have done better than him personally, but it's what it is at the moment. And listen, I don't think he's going to go now until the end of the season, possibly. All right, but for me, he's not the right guy going forward. For me personally.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DJ Self, for taking the time to taking us through that. DJ said, to him, he's not the right guy. Before I welcome my brother here, Stephen, welcome to the stream. Let me read some few of the comments before they pile up. King of Animal, big up to you, King of Animal, and a big up to Tony. It's always a pleasure to see you guys back on the platform again. As he set up, Potter Sachs fill in the blanks, and also Phantom of Many Topics and Staff is the last Potter supporter in Cyprus. No other CFC fan in Cyprus is a Potter in man. I know Stav is really watching, but he
Zion,
doesn't want to say anything.
Can I just come back and respond to a couple of things, if that's okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Give me
okay.
just less than
Yeah.
1
Oh,
minute. I
sorry.
will.
I'll let you read the comments. Sorry, I beg
Bro,
your
yeah, I'll
pardon.
give you so much time. I know I will give you so much time. Thank you very much. I just want to make sure I read the comments as they come in so they don't feel neglected. Legend of Antonio Conte, yes, please. Conte motivates Lukaku. That is coming from Phantom of Mini Topic. Mr. Asma said April Fool, but we are the only joke. We are the only joke. I will say thanks for the memory, but there is none. Not totally your fault, Potter. The board made a deliberate, diabolical decision.
Yeah, agreed.
Hashtag Potter out. We can't trust process anymore. Thank you very much, Mr. Asma, for your comment. And also, Patrick said, Asma, April Fool. Just wait till the 4th, brother. Okay, thank you very much. Man said OG isn't the Sawhorse today. Come
Silhouette.
on. Okay. Also, Asma said new look for Potter on the touchline, but some old Chelsea pressure back in the head. Coach after his big decision backfire. Villa loving life under Unai Emery.
Yeah, that's
from Asma
that,
over here.
and both that one and the one you're about to read are both. I think both are from Matt Law, or yeah, both from Matt Law. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matt Law coming. He quoted Matt Law coming from Asma. Thank you very much. The majority of players have gone backwards under Potter and his training staff after another season. Many of them may be worth peanuts. Oh Jesus Christ! Potter just want to be sacked. Then he can take 6 million calmly, but Bolly deny what want to sack him. Then the problem and head coach is gonna be us.
No, and headache.
Headache, bro.
Headache. Okay, thank you very much for the correction. We enter winning the Champions League. That's coming from Michi Boy, Chelsea Michi Boy.
Michi Boy.
We have 3 World Cup winners in the squad, being coached by a former supermarket manager. A former supermarket manager. Oh my goodness, that's very heavy. Let me let my brother react real quick, and I'll go back to Steven for him to give us a rundown of what went wrong and what went right. Mr. Pod, go ahead. Brother.
Yeah. Look, if we win the Champions League, he deserves like 10 games next season. He just deserves it because we're gonna win the Champions League, and I know it's tactically he's not great. I'm not gonna say he is, and his team selection is a bit all over the place at times. However, I've not heard the post-match conference yet, so I'd just like to know why we only played one centre back really in that back three and
that came out before the game. He explained that one before the game. It was
what
for
did he
like
say?
flexibility and stuff, essentially.
All right, okay, right. So I'm okay. Paul,
If I remember rightly,
then.
Nias, in our chat, if you want to scroll up a bit and find the exact quote, but essentially it was something to do with flexibility, I think.
Right.
Okay.
Listen, look, we all know we need an elite manager, and I've just changed my stance after what you've just told me now about that. But I do believe, listen, look, if he wins the Champions League with this team where we are, I personally don't think Todd Bowley's going to sack him this season, and then unless the director of football pushes for it and he can get someone better, and there are a few names, and I've got my preference, I'm sure you guys have got your preferences.
Yeah.
I think I look at next season and I just think if we can just score like say twice the amount of goals, we're top 4 possibly. But whoever comes in, they're going to need 2 or 3 seasons to sort the team out. So finishing top 4 might not be a possibility even next year. It will be the year after, because it's going to be a bit of a slow burner at Stamford Bridge. I just want to see good football from now on. I don't look at the results anymore because I don't think it's worth getting stressed over, because we know where we're at. We're going to be top 10 this season at best, and we take it from there.
Did you see the training ground work from Manchester City today? The training ground work, the second goal.
Oh, what a goal!
I did. I'm not.
Yeah,
I
I know.
tend not to follow. I tend not to watch that small club.
Very, very embarrassing. Liverpool fans, almost about 5 of them were in the 18-yard box, just standing there, could not move. They could not see it coming. Mahrez was
that the
unstoppable.
KDB goal?
No, I think it was either Gundogan or someone like that. The first one, the first shot came in, and then I think Alex blocked it, and it moved, the ball moved away from him, and then it was the second one came
Yeah,
again.
but
The guy just
Zion, you said something. You've hit the nail on the head. They got the best manager, right? They got the best manager who's been there, who's been at City for 5-6 years. He's built his team, and they run like clockwork. That's what we need, regardless of who we think. As long as we get a top manager and we can build a team that can play like that, we will be up there. I don't think it'll take one season. I think it'll take 3 personally, because we've got a problem up top, and we have to find players that are going to score goals for us. We have to do a bit like what Arsenal are doing, spreading the goals out. I don't think the modern game will allow you to have that one guy up top. Haaland is an exception.
Haaland's an exception because he's not human.
So I think if you look at the rest, I think if you look at Arsenal, I think they're a great example of, you've got to share the goals out between your front 3 or 4, whatever, however they play, and we've got to back the next manager, whoever it is, and if he's playing well and he gets his decent results and he gets us in the top 6 next year, I take that. However, I feel our fans will expect top 4 because we've made the investment. We have to remember, I personally don't believe Mudryk is a Graham Potter signing. And we have to, whether we like it or not, Graham Potter has got too many players to deal with. He's not been in this position, a bit like Frank Lampard. He's never managed top European talent before. And I think that's the problem with Graham Potter. He doesn't know how to get the best out of these guys because he's never been in this position. And whoever we have to learn from this, because in the past, we've never learned from our mistakes. When we've had top managers, Ancelotti, we sacked him when we shouldn't have, just because we didn't finish first. You have to learn. You can't act like this. That's why I'm saying, if you look at Man City, which you mentioned, we have to learn from this. And what we learn from this is this: eventually, we'll be going for titles, and we'll be creating good, and we'll be playing good football. I just hope Todd Bowley knows this, because I personally feel he's like the Cronkies and he's like the Glazers. He doesn't really know much about football.
Nee, you're muted.
You're on mute, bro.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. I really appreciate the time that you're spending with us here, and also the knowledge you have on football. Also really, really important. Let me go to Steven. Steven, can you take us a rundown of what happened today? I know you were live at the game. You gave a lot of footage and also pictures from Stamford Bridge live. So tell us, you've been there. Probably you may have a different opinion because you see things different in terms of tracking back and where the camera doesn't show us on the screen. So take us through what happened, what went wrong, and what went right, and what is Potter doing right.
So before we start, my view is you evaluate Potter end of the season. At this point, when we were having bad run of form, I wanted to back him, but it was getting hard. And then we got a couple of games, couple of big wins. I was like, okay, got to end the season. That was almost inevitable at that point. You can't put all the blame on him. Let's clear this up. You can't put everything on him. Especially, you look at the Everton game, yeah? Nobody was stood on the line. That's a basic. You sort that amongst yourselves, yeah? For the first goal that Everton got in that game. You sort that amongst yourselves. Who's on the line? You should know this. Yeah?
Okay.
For their second goal, Koulibaly and Kepa, what are we doing? From both. Today, the first one, you've got Cucurella there. If Cucurella leaves it, Koulibaly deals with that. Easy.
Steven, you got to get close to your microphone a little bit. You'll be going in and out.
Stephen, I think what you mean is it's a lack of communication between the defenders who should know better. It was because even I agree with you.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you because I don't believe Graham Potter is wholly responsible. Yeah, exactly.
Of course, like you look at some subs and you're like, okay, I don't understand that. Like Pulisic today, I don't know why Pulisic came on. I don't get it. And then stuff like that, I'm like, okay, you can put that on Potter and whatnot, right? But then basics which, as a defence, you should be able to sort out, and your keeper should be able to sort out. They're making such sloppy errors. It's actually criminal. There's got to be communication. There's got to be a shout to Kukureya to let him know that Koulibaly's there and to leave the ball for Koulibaly. That's an issue there. And then, like I was saying before, you got the Everton one. You've got no one on the line for the first one, and the second one, Koulibaly and Kepa both have to do better.
Right.
It's not the only 2 games it's happened either. Believe it or not, like if you think about it, it's happened quite a lot, and it's happened. It's not just under Potter. It happened under Tuchel. It happened under Lampard as well. It's a consistent thing. Even when we've changed players, it's for some reason a consistent thing. One thing I will say is, I want to get you guys' view on this, right? At this point in the Prem, there's nothing for us, right? Because what's the point in fighting to get probably Conference League, right? Would you guys, now hear me out on this, right? I get he's 18 and he's young, but would you guys consider giving Slanina 1 or 2 games? Potter said, right, about the XG, he said about the McGinn goal, he said something along the lines of, if you look at the XG on the McGinn goal, it's not that big of a chance. Yeah, but Kepa's always been a problem with long shots. He can't get to it. He's always struggled with that. That's his weakness. And Slanina's already like 6'3", 6'4", so that already gives him an advantage in just height alone.
All right, Stephen, is it what you're talking about? Is it this one? Same one?
About the thing about the decision, yeah, it gives balance and flexibility. Yeah.
You want to read it, or you want me to read it?
You can read it. It's hard for me to see it through the StreamYard screen. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you have another application that you can view it from there. All right. This is what it says. It gives a decent balance, and we have the flexibility to change as well. Matt Cucurella and Reece James in the lateral position can be aggressive. This is something we will look to use. Potter said a moment ago. That's the one you want me to say, right?
Yeah, it's only that first paragraph bit there about the reasoning behind it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the reason. Let me read it again. It gives a decent balance, and we have the flexibility to change as well. Matt Cucurella and Reece James in the lateral positions can be aggressive. That is something we will look to use. Potter said a moment ago. So thank you very much, Stephen, sharing that with us this moment in time. So if you have anything you want to say in regards to the game, you can go ahead, and we have just 3 minutes left. I know guys are tired. It's late in the UK. Mr. Pod, where are you located? What's the location?
I'm from England. I'm from Yorkshire, mate.
Yeah, I was like, he sounded a little bit. He has a little bit of this Liverpool accent, a little bit in there.
I'm not from there. I'm not from Liverpool. I'm from Yorkshire. So I'm from. Do you remember Huddersfield Town? When they were in the Premier League.
Stephen might know there, and DJ Sap. I'm not from the UK.
He's saying do you remember the team Huddersfield Town? Is what he said.
Yeah, Huddersfield Town. Yeah, Huddersfield Town.
Yeah, I'm basically from Huddersfield.
Oh wow! And you support Chelsea?
I've been supporting Chelsea since 1997.
Oh wow! Mine was 98.
I've been here.
Mine was 98. So mine was right after a year after you started supporting the club, and then I also jumped in. So I was right behind you.
So I was here pre-Roman. So these times I've been here. I don't think the modern Chelsea fan has been here, but I've been here, and you know what? Sometimes you've got to suffer a little bit in order to be more successful in the long term, and
that is what
we're doing. That's what's happening.
Yeah, that is what the old time or people that have supported the club for quite a long time in terms of the 80s, 90s. Some of them will tell us this that they've seen it all. They've seen it all.
Yeah, it was worse. I can tell you, it was worse in the 80s. Trust me. Playing with the dog tracks, being relegated. We were once upon a time being bought for £1 by Ken Bates. We had the bad days back in the days. Trust me, it wasn't the greatest of days under them days. Trust me, I've been a Chelsea fan since the 80s, so I've gone a long way on them and where they've gone in terms of that.
To put that into perspective, right? I think I worked it out, right? So I think I worked out something about only 5 seasons of like the whole time I've been alive and supporting Chelsea that we haven't actually won anything. I think that's what I worked it out as. Only 5 seasons. That's ridiculous.
What a
But you
moment!
hear
What
the
a moment!
stories, and it's just one of those things. Like, you hear the stories about people who, obviously, they're older, they've seen everything.
Yeah.
And then you get people from my generation, and it's like, even if we had, I don't know, say we had like a 10-game run, right? Which is essentially we had 10 games unbeaten at the start of Potter's reign, right? When we didn't have as many injuries, right?
Yeah.
Then you'll lose one game, and then it'll be, get him out, I don't want him anymore. That's our fan base.
Because they're spoiled. They're spoiled. So
because
thank you
I
very
think
much.
one of the things that we don't appreciate is Potter's football is really good attacking. When you look at the attacking display and you look at that pass to Mudryk today, I thought that, you know what, no one's going to mention that, but that was an amazing pass to Mudryk.
But
and
the
he was
one
through.
where he played it straight at the keeper.
He couldn't finish.
Yeah, he couldn't. He needed to take another touch.
Is it coming from Enzo?
For me,
I thought we were winning 2-0 and Mudryk was going to score, and then I saw that, I was like, oh no.
Was it coming from Modric? I mean, sorry, Enzo. Was it coming from Enzo? That pass, was it coming from Enzo? Who was it coming from again? I can't remember.
I can't remember now.
All right, Mr. Pod, are you on
the
Twitter?
Thing that annoyed me, the last thing I'll quickly say, right?
I am, pal, yeah.
Yeah, can you, in the private chat, can you send me your details there and I'll follow you?
No worries, mate.
Yeah. All right, go ahead,
Yeah,
Steven.
one thing I'll quickly say is the inconsistency in the officiating. I thought Anthony Taylor's bad, and we've got him on Tuesday. They're pulling our players by the shirt collar, and then next thing we're going shoulder to shoulder, but that one's a foul. What are we doing?
We're done on. We're done on. If he's a referee on Tuesday, Stephen, we're done on Tuesday, bro.
Taylor, man, he's had like the
last.
Bro,
I'm going to
that.
I'm at that game on Tuesday as well. I was supposed to go today.
To be that as well. I've got to find out for sure, but
mate, we're done for.
If he sends one of our players off again, I'm gonna lose my mind. There's a certain word in there which obviously I'm not saying because of YouTube, but you get my point.
Yeah.
The guy is ridiculous. Do you know what annoys me? I think it was Paul Tierney, right? Or one of them. They refereed a Liverpool game in December, I think it was 2021, yeah? Mm-hmm. Didn't referee a Liverpool. He was actually meant to be on VAR for the Chelsea-Liverpool game like next week or whatever, yeah? Didn't get officiating job other than maybe the assistant once, as in linesman once, yeah? In the space of 9 months of all Liverpool games. No fine for Klopp, anything. Any Chelsea manager complains about the refs. Here's a fine. And then you got them coming out, the guys on VAR, I can't remember who it was for a Tottenham game, went, I made a mistake. And we still get our managers fined and stuff. I'm like, okay, but if it's Liverpool, they don't get them for 9 months. Like, you want to talk agendas? We can talk agendas.
Yeah, but you know what, though, Steve? Referees we've always had issues with referees.
It's always been.
For some reason, it's always been with Chelsea. I don't know whatever it is that for some reason or another, we always have decisions going against us, plays being sent up. It's always when it comes to Chelsea Football Club, we're just hated. It seems we're hated by everybody, including the match officials.
Was another one.
Oh man, yeah, remember him? Yeah.
I've got a certain name for him, which I won't say on YouTube.
I think I don't know. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
All right. I got some three comments here. Let me read them real quick. Then I think I'll be done with the comments. Mr. Asman said that Grant Potter, if you look at the XG of McGain goal, it's not that big of a chance coming from John Britwin.
That's what I was just saying when I was saying about the McGinn one. And at the end of the day, it's been Kepa's weakness the whole time he's been here, his long shots. That's why I said, like, honestly, at this point, we got nothing to play for other than in the Champions League. Why not just give Slanina a shot in the league?
All right, he said, here we go. Chelsea had full agreement with Graham Potter that he will not be sacked until 2050. 2050? No way. Me, Asma said, me in 1904. He started supporting his football club in 1905.
How could he?
Right.
It wasn't a club till 1905.
1905. Yeah, he started supporting the club. Yeah, he was part of the founding members.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Steve, I just saw your name in the private chat, bro, for that referee. Exactly. That's exactly
Oh.
what he was, mate.
Yeah.
He's in it.
The last one was,
Isn't
is that
he the one
Potter
that's ahead
doing?
of the officials
All right.
now as well?
Sorry.
He the one that's
Go on,
ahead of the
sorry, mate.
officials
Sorry,
now
mate.
as well.
I think he is.
Oh
now.
yeah, we got even
Sorry,
less
me.
chance now.
No, boy, man.
All right. Let me see what we have here. I'm looking for Mr. Pod on Twitter. I can follow him.
I'm on that chat, mate. That's how I found it. You know, that Twitter chat where there's Deals, me, you, and Gunnar. That's how I found you. We're on that Twitter chat.
Yeah, Twitter chat. The one that we just on there when the game was going on.
Yeah, so everyone was on Twitter and they were really angry, and I was just like, "You're taking this a bit too personal." And
Okay.
yeah, I was
probably
kind of
then
silenced.
Can you message me when you get a chance? So it'll be easy
I
for
will
me to
do.
find. Yeah, trying to do that right here. Guys, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna start from a DJ who's just right here, no, over the other side, who's just right there. DJ, let's wrap it up. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Listen, a bad day today for us. I'm obviously gutted by the result because again, it's another loss at Stamford Bridge. And listen, I've got my views on Potter. I don't think he's the right guy for us. I know people are going to probably disagree with me on it. I know there's someone here that probably think I'm being I'm being sacked the manager. I'm not one of them kind of guys. I'll be honest with you, I'm not. Because I like to give all managers and everyone a chance. But I've said it from the beginning. This guy's not the right guy for us going forward. I don't think he is. And it's on the owners in this situation. He's made the mistake taking him on. All we hope for now is we bounce back against Liverpool on Tuesday, which I hope we do, and we can salvage the Champions League. But as I said, it will not be with this guy as our manager. I'm sorry to say that, but it won't be. So that's my views on Graham Potter. In general, thanks for having me on your show, Nee. And big up to every single one of you in the comments. And please, everybody, smash the like button and also please subscribe to the channel as well.
Thank you very much, DJ South. Best of luck to you and enjoy the rest of the evening. I know it's late over there. It's around probably 8:39.
9:39, bro. 9:39.
9:30. Yeah.
It's
so
cool.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you up some other time when you're free. I'll
Yeah,
see if
bro.
you're free.
Yeah,
then,
we'll do.
bro, I'll send you.
Yeah,
a
we'll
link.
do. Yes,
All
guys.
right,
Peace,
thank
everyone.
you very
Peace.
much.
Peace out. Peace.
On the next one will be Mr. Pod. Mr. Pod, can you wrap this up for us? If there's any positives out there, throw it to the fans or the viewers that are listening, so they know there's positivities out there for Chelsea.
Yeah, listen, I'll say it straight. We're beating Real Madrid. I'll tell you that right now. We are beating Real Madrid. I am telling you, this team is more than good enough to beat Real Madrid. I don't know what it is about European competitions and these lads. It's a cup team. We're a cup team at the moment. And I believe in my heart that we're going to beat Real Madrid over 2 legs. I really
having
believe
Kante
that.
back to help that as well.
So, yeah, definitely. I think I just feel that this season our fan base have decided to jump on the losses in such a negative way. It's a bit like how Arsenal fan TV rose, and I feel our fans have decided to act in such a way where they're not dissecting the games properly. They're just looking at the result, which I understand. Look, no one likes to lose. They're just looking at the result and then they're just concentrating on all the negatives. Fine, if you want to do that. But ultimately, if we'd have won that game, yeah, we were supposed to beat them. We're at home. We're this.
That's
we're
actually
that.
true.
No, and I just don't think, and I just believe that when you break that game down and you look at it and just thinking, oh, this guy could have done this. He could have scored. He should have done better. Mudryk could have scored. Blah de blah. We had enough opportunities today to put that game to bed. Unfortunately, all season, these guys in front of goal have let us down. We've tried to address this where when we were under the Roman era, we had a solid defense. Football has changed over the last 15, 20 years where it's a much more attack-minded game. So, but we've gone for an attack-minded manager who's not won anything. I'm not saying he was not worth an opportunity, but what I am saying is, if we're a club of stature and a club of progression and a club of champions, we should hire someone of that stature as well. But I don't blame the manager. I've always said this. I blame the owner. He had no vision, no plan. He decided to recruit with our footballing structure. And I'm not saying his signings are bad. His signings are good, but but the captain of the ship is not great because he needs a lot. He needs maybe 3 to 5 years to just sort himself out, which we don't have. So ultimately, the board have to sit down with the owner and convince him, because I think it is the owner, convince him that, look, we need to look in a different direction. However, what I will say is this: we are beating Real Madrid, and I think the Champions League is what we've got to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. But
And
again, you think it
I
could?
I don't see
Sorry,
why no one can be negative about the Champions. No one can say anything against Potter in the Champions League because he's going to face Real Madrid, and when he beats Real Madrid, I'm going to ask the Chelsea fans, where are you? Come on, because it's a
Man's
cup
trying to
competition.
start a civil war within the fan base.
I am. The thing
you're
is,
so
this is the man.
shameless, mate. You know what I
Pardon?
mean? You're being shameless, man. Like,
I'm not being shameless at all because I just think, when he wins a game, you don't give him the credit. I don't think Chelsea fans give him the credit. And fair enough, he might not be the best manager, right? Okay, I get that. But ultimately, all your anger should be directed at the
at the
owner.
board,
Yeah, the owner, not the board, the owner. Todd
isn't the
Bowley is
owner part of
responsible.
the board or something?
No, because the board of director, the footballing director, and the rest of them were appointed after. I think he's got no plan, and I'm hoping the
Exactly.
board and I'm hoping what's he called, the director of football. I've told his name just slipped
Vival,
Is
me.
it
Mr.
Vivel or
Vival.
Yeah,
is it Win Stanley, whatever? I can't
and
tell.
this
There's
It's
so
yeah,
Christopher
many.
Vival.
this summer we're gonna see where we're going this summer. If they replace him with with an elite manager, then we're like, okay, listen,
Then
Todd
you'll be
Bowley went
cooking.
his way. Then we'll see. Listen, I've already said if they get an elite manager next season, top 6, play good football.
Hope you'll be
I just
cooking
got
because
no.
your
I'm not going to
squad.
cook him. I'm not going to
No,
cook him.
I said Chelsea would be cooking with a better manager. I mean,
Minerals,
Chelsea have some
I
crap.
don't know, man. I don't know about that.
But come on, bro, your squad is so bad, man.
Big up
You,
to Minerals FC, bro. Big up to you, bro. It's nice to see you on the platform.
Minerals.
yeah, man, big up.
Yeah, let him land. Then I'll give you so much time that you can also get
apart
into
from
Minerals.
scoring goals, Minerals, right?
Yeah.
I just apart from scoring goals, I would say our team is good enough to finish in Champions League places. I just
Right.
think we've just had an awful season. Everything's gone against us, and I'm not saying it's not the manager's fault. It is the manager's fault to a certain degree, but then it's the players as well, because we're trying to bring this attacking flair, attacking football to Stamford Bridge. I just feel the man we've got can't manage the high-profile
He
European
can't manage egos.
and
That's why he
international
was at
players.
for Brighton.
Yes, you've got. Yes, you've hit the nail on, and that's it. But I believe we're going to beat Real Madrid. I really do.
I mean, fair
All right.
enough.
So let me welcome my brother Minerals. Big up to you, bro. Drop your 70 cents, bro. Drop whatever you think is going on right, and then whatever is going on wrong with the football club at this moment. Let us know, bro. Share your view.
Mate, like I think your signings will eventually click. Madueke is one for the future, even though you're not seeing it now, and with better coaching can get better. And Modric, he just needs a bit of time, but with Potter here, I don't think we'll get the best out of him. And Aubameyang, maybe he deserves to start, but again, it's still the same mode with him. But and the thing is, Potter is majority to blame because this is one of Chelsea's worst run since 1993, since the first edition of the Premier League, and he has a massive responsibility. And he spent 300 million in January. That's a massive sum considering he just came in, and he didn't take over like mid-season. He took over in September. That's nothing. That's beginning of the season. So there's no excuses, man. And the thing is, like Todd Bowley, he's wanting a yes man. That's why he fell out with Tuchel, because Todd Bowley wanted the Ronaldos and all this and that. But the problem is he wants someone to control, and that's why maybe you'd probably look at Nagelsmann because he is kind of a yes man. But again, again, some of your players are at fault. Like some of the old regime are keep have kept like players like Loftus Cheek and stuff like that, and haven't sorted out Mount's contract. And Potter is also to blame for picking the wrong players. Like I don't know, Cucurella, he's been out of form. Koulibaly instead of Badiashile. You know, the chap is not even in the UCL squad, and you're not even
I
playing
don't
him in
think
the Premier League.
Minerals. I disagree for Cucurella being out of form. I think Cucurella has been playing well in the last 3 games that he played. He did play well. He was even the man of the match. Was he MVP in the Champions League game against Dortmund? I'm sure one of them, isn't it? I have to stand a point of correction.
He's a wing back though, and you bought him.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't play well when he's playing as a defender, but he's very good in the wing back position. But when he gets there, he can't even cross. So what's Cucurella really good at?
It's just annoying that we didn't play Badiashile though.
And yeah, I mean, go ahead, Minerals, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys are you're spot on. I do agree with most of you guys said. Like Todd Bowley is just trying to come in and rip out everything. Like Chelsea weren't a dead football team. Like all of a sudden, it wasn't like, yes, Chelsea were kind of dropping off league-wise, but to be 11th and with this squad, I would get it if you had crap players. And Tuchel was performing a big miracle. Like, yes, some of your players are bad, and Tuchel like kind of done a miracle to an extent, but they weren't like relegation level players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even like Michi agrees with me. Like some of your players are bad, but they're not Aston Villa level bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, like I understand what you said. You got world-class players in there. They're supposed to be doing better than they did against West Ham United. Also do better against Southampton. We lost that game 1-0. And then create a penalty for World Press. You have to know wherever that free kick is, it's a penalty for that guy. So let me shut up people out here and some comments that we have here. We have Asma, go ahead.
This is ridiculous, right? So Kante was on the pitch, 30 minutes, 33 minutes?
And he was your best midfielder.
He made something like it was either more tackles or more interceptions or something ridiculous like that with only 3 than any other player on the pitch
Exactly.
in that game.
Even a half-fit Kante.
Bro, he's not even 100% yet.
I saw a difference. Like Potter done.
I personally don't think we should look at those stats without watching tape. I think it's all right. It's easy to look at stats sometimes and then be critical of the manager because I just don't think stats will, do him any justice. I think ultimately, it always comes down to...
They're backing the crap that's been coming. They're backing up those stats, back up what the fans see week in, week out.
Yeah, but Minerals, the fans have been saying this since he took over anyway, after the first 10 games or so. Once we started losing, since December, the fans have been saying this anyway. The fans just need an excuse just to like burn up again, and we've had these discussions before. What I'm saying is, if you break the game down, and if you look at what actually happened in terms of creativity, we should have won that game if we had the same level of finishing like Villa. We just don't have that level of
we haven't had that for years.
We don't.
But again, it doesn't matter though. Like. I know you're the better team in the stats, but again, like you can't be making mistakes like that in the Premier League. And Villa are the better team in terms of how the game plan executed. They wanted you guys to make mistakes and score their goals and go home.
No, I agree. But the thing is this: the goals that we conceded, right? I believe they were all individual errors. Where you can blame Potter is team selection and tactics throughout the game. Now, in terms of creating chances and missing chances, the forward line and the midfield should do better. But the problem is we've been misfiring all season.
You can't be relying on missed chances, though. Like
but the thing is, this
score goals, you don't win games.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm trying to say to you. These lads, right, that we've got, that is the weakness of our team at the moment. It's been like this all season.
It has been for years. It's not even
It has
just this
been for
season.
years, but all of the park, your team overall hasn't been good enough. Even your
But
defense has been
but you were
capitulating at times.
mentioning that we've got big players. He's been here since September. But when you look at it, you tell me another manager who's taken over in September, and then the owner's gone and spent crazy money on players, and then you've got suddenly 30 international. Well, you've got top international players and some homegrown talented players. You've got 30 of them. You've got to keep them happy. You've got to manage them. He's never been in this situation before. So
But
he's
so why
overwhelmed.
appoint him in the first place? Chelsea should be
Exactly,
appointing better
Minerals.
managers.
Exactly. So
Listen,
so what I'm saying to you is this: it's
let me give
on
you a
the
proper
owner.
analogy, my G. Like if your missus cheated on you and stuff like that, you leave her. You don't say that. Oh, she cheated on me, but I can't find another one. Can you? You know what I mean?
Minerals. If my name's
Everything
Will Smith, it might be different.
To be fair, you kind of got a point.
Yeah, you both got points. I mean, you two have points. The analogy, I love that analogy anyway. Oh my
Minerals,
goodness!
you agree with me? Minerals,
I
I
disagree.
think you do. I think
No,
you
no,
do.
no, no.
Chelsea,
The Will Smith point. Do you disagree with me?
I agree with you. You ain't no Will Smith. You know what I mean?
All right. Minerals join us a little bit too late when you're about to hop off. We're about to bring
Big
the
up
channel
to
to
Minerals, man. Big
but
up
let
to
me see.
Minerals.
We still have a little bit of time, some few minutes to hit. I think we got 10 more minutes to get 2 hours on the stream. So let's do that 10 more minutes. I know Minerals got a lot to say. I love my brother because him and I mean, I remember the UFC fight. He didn't see me there, but I was right there. I think 2 hours on the stream. Him and OG and their other, I think, his American brother who were on the stream.
It's Jacob, innit? The Spurs
Jacob,
fan.
Jacob. Yeah, we're watching the UFC fight.
We got to him.
Yeah, big up to everyone that was on that
Are
stream.
you guys doing the boxing fight tonight?
Yeah, I'll be on Lewis's channel
yeah.
for it. I'll be on Lewis's
right.
channel.
Yeah, if you can drop the link, if I have free time, I'll just join you guys.
Yeah, man. I'll ask him maybe, but again, which stat worries you about Chelsea this season? Put the league table aside. Put the league table aside. Which stat worries you about Chelsea this season? Apart from the league table.
Which stat?
Yeah.
Goals.
I think I was gonna say there's an obvious one, right? Goals, because that's been our issue for years.
Goals win you games. Just goals, man. If we can resolve that, we'd have won probably half of those games, and we'd be a lot higher up, and we wouldn't be having this discussion. It's just goals.
Yeah. You haven't beaten a team in the top 10 or something. Nope. The only team that you've beaten.
I will say some of that will be on Tuchel as well, because he was here for 6 games, and
Tuchel also lost a couple games
as well.
But he won a couple of games. If Tuchel hadn't won a couple of games, you guys would be even lower.
Yeah,
I mean, he had some good success outside the league.
Get right. He lost to Leeds, right? Was it Leeds? Yeah, Leeds and Southampton, right?
Yeah, that's the teams you lost to.
Talking about the Southampton double.
All right,
and stuff,
guys, give me 1 minute. Let me go through these few comments here for me, please. So just 1 minute. We have a Juve getter. This is coming from my brother here, Mr. Asma. He said the Juve got minutes, 15 minutes, I think, deducted. They have more points than Chelsea at this moment. And then he said it's 12 o'clock a.m. midnight. Good night, everyone. Bye. Have a good night. Good night to you, Mr. Asma. We'll see you again tomorrow. Where's Arsenal Europa Cup? They don't have one at this moment. Let's hope.
Yeah. Sorry, they don't even have a Europa.
Yeah, we don't have one, man. That's it.
I said this the other day. Why wouldn't they prioritize the European competition over the Premier League? You know, this is a trophy, a European competition. When we go there, you've won the Champions League before. That was 96 or 97. They've won it before, but you haven't won any European competition since.
No, we've never won. Actually, no, it's actually 1994, our last European trophy.
Yeah.
Not 96.
Okay. So yeah, I'll come.
I don't think we throw away the Europa League thing, man. We're just not good enough. That's it.
whilst also Tony said, let's hope we do win the Champions League because we will not be in the in it whilst this attacking manager remains. That's coming from Tony. Big up to you, Tony. You're right, Noah. Also, you say the owners Babone is 10% merchant, and also we have this coming from Chelsea Michi Boy said Jellyfish won't win versus Don Ancelotti. Yes, Don Ancelotti. If you see that big cigar on his mouth, you'll be like, man, this is my Don. It's clear, like clearly capital that needs to be gone. It's too early.
Let me just quickly jump in for 2 seconds, right? Guess what, guys?
right,
Even if you want them out, they can't go for 10 years. They can't take money out of the club for 10 years either. So even if you want them gone, you're stuck with them.
Too early.
It is what it is.
Too early.
Too early, man. Too early, blood.
Chelsea Michi Boy said fake minerals.
Fake minerals, you know.
Big up, Patrick. And also, it says that's vitamins. That's not minerals. Okay,
That's vitamins, not minerals, you know.
Oh, vitamins. Yeah, that's not minerals. And also, big up, Michi Boy. And they have Minerals Island, Noah. Okay, these are some few.
There's 2 vitamins in the house, you know.
I believe that Potter problem is he's trying to please 25 players, not 11. Not more than 25. You're talking about 30
Bro,
players.
we got like
over
32 players if you...
Yeah, don't forget that youth players just signed.
Yeah. So Potter in
like 32,
at this
33.
stage, that coming from Michi Boy, Potter in at this stage, and also Santiago, big up to Santiago. Where have you been hiding? It says Tuchel lost to Leeds, and then
Zagreb. That's
Croatian
Zagreb. That's what I said.
Week in, week out, bad teams set up big tactics. Bad game changes must be fine line between attacking football and relegation battles. We have to be doing the relegation battles
ain't getting
now.
relegated, man.
We gotta go to basic. We gotta go to basic.
Yeah,
right
I
now, we
mean,
gotta go to basic.
Yeah, man, right to basics. Chelsea won't get relegated, man. Like
this is the thing that makes me laugh. People go, "Oh, we need like 2 more points, 3 more points." Like, we're not gonna get relegated. It's fine.
Yeah, Chelsea will win.
Between us and I think it's 12th. It's about 10-point gap anyway.
Exactly. You're spot on, G.
That's 4 slip-ups.
Broski on the right, yeah. Like, and like Chelsea Potter will win the odd game here or there. So you might stay up.
We're not going every game, but you'll still get some wins in there anyway.
Yeah, as bad as he is, he'll conjure up the odd win here and there.
Yeah, we ain't going to lose every game, man. And also, the players will be up for games like Liverpool, man. They always get up for the games.
Yeah,
like
they'll turn up for Liverpool, man. Surely, Liverpool are also crap as well.
This is the thing that annoys me, right? This is our team. They'll turn up against a Liverpool, a Real Madrid, a Dortmund, and then you get games against Southampton, and they're like, I don't fancy it today. That's the thing.
All right,
Exactly.
I'm gonna let's sum up, guys. We've been here for, I think we got 3 more minutes, so you guys can go ahead. We got 3 more minutes, then we'll bring it to an end. Arsenal. Let's talk a little bit about Arsenal.
I'm
Minerals.
good.
You guys are doing it. Are you guys doing the madness? Yes, Steven. Wrap yours up, and then we'll end it in 3 minutes.
I'm done. Just obviously.
Okay.
Like and subscribe and turn the bell notification on if you're new to the channel, all that stuff. You know how it is. And yeah, I'll try and catch you.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I don't know. Tomorrow, tomorrow is off.
Tomorrow,
Monday, maybe a Monday.
I'm
off. I'm off on Sunday. No streaming. Family time.
Yeah, I'll try and catch you for like 5 minutes or something if I get the time or something. But I'll be asleep or something.
Thank you very much, Steven.
See.
Santiago said it's easy to be patient when you're winning. When losing, it's when you know how patient you are. It is true. Thank you very much, Santiago. Let's talk a little. We got just 2 minutes. Minerals, take us through Arsenal. Are you guys winning it? And how bad would it be if you can do it? If you can get that over the line? And City are coming strong, bro.
You have to win it, man, and just need to keep plugging away. That's it. You know what I mean?
City, right, sniffing your butt. City still sniffing your butt.
Like on the Europa League thing, I didn't dismiss it.
Yeah,
we just weren't good enough. and I was
Right,
disappointed.
right.
I didn't
As some
say
Arsenal fans are like, they prioritize the Premier League over the Europa League. I said, no, guys, you
yeah,
guys
that's
were
a
not good
minority,
enough.
in my opinion. Most of us were disappointed that we couldn't do Sporting.
Right.
Yeah,
Beautiful
I'm not
goal coming from what's his name?
halfway
Is
line.
it? So, go ahead.
Gonçalves.
Yeah,
It's called Gonçalves, that chap. He was a Wolves reject as well. When he,
yeah.
mate, we're winning this league, simple. And yeah, man, it ain't. It's not gonna be easy. Than it.
All right. Mr. Paul, what do you make of the Arsenal slipping out of that competition? And I know how.
Listen, look, I've been a big fan of Mikel Arteta. I was on an Instagram live with an Arsenal fan 2 years ago, and I said, look, your club's a mess. You need to back him because a lot's gone on, and I didn't think I thought it was going to take 4 years, maybe 5 years to get Arsenal into a title winning a team. But you know what? You have to give a lot of credit to Mikel Arteta, the way he sets up, and look, he's learned from the best. That's something that he's done really well. And a lot of when he came in, you have to remember, a lot of people were saying he was Pep's corn boy. Well, that corn boy knows ball, and
He's 8 points above him.
The way he's brought Saka forward, Martinelli forward in terms of his coaching, they've done exceptionally well. And I had City at the beginning of the season because they've got the best team, and I think it comes down to the Arsenal and City game. I think they've got one game to play together, and I think that game's gonna.
It's gonna decide it, man.
I think that's gonna decide it because
I think we can nick a
just
drop.
feel.
I don't feel like we win.
I personally feel City have got the squad, but Arsenal have got the time. They've got no midweek fixtures. We won the league when we finished 10th, and the season after we had no Europe. We absolutely dominated the league. And I remember when you play once a week, you get that rest. And that rest, when you're playing once a week, it helps. And I think
time for recovery.
As long as those players get that rest and they're not injured, it's very hard to see anyone stopping this Arsenal. And you have to give them their props. And they've waited a very long time since they won the league title. So
19, man, 19 years. I wasn't even born when they. Yeah, man, big up if they do it. Like it will be after 19 years, man.
I would prefer it if Arsenal won it because it makes the Premier League more. I think it's better for the Premier League. It makes it more exciting. But ultimately, what has he said? Mr. Potter, it has taken Arsenal 5 years to be a contending team. What are you talking about? When were you a contending team? What are you talking about, Santiago? You have not been a contending team the last 4 years. You were nowhere near last year. I don't know. When were you a contending team under Emery? Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah,
you didn't even finish. I don't. I disagree with what you're. But Santiago, you're entitled to your opinion.
Is a viewer. He's always a returning viewer on his platform. Very, very.
Listen, you are entitled to your opinion. I don't think you've been.
Definitely.
I don't think Arsenal have been anywhere near contending for the title apart from this year. Listen, look, you have to give them the credit. They've done exceptionally well, and you know what? This team's only going to get better, and that's what's worrying. So we've got a lot of catching up to do. But you have to give Arsenal their props that the players that they've got, and Mikel Arteta is doing an exceptional job. And I think a lot of big teams will be coming for him this summer, whether he wins the league or not.
Right. All right. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. Minerals FC, big up to you, bro. It's always nice to see you on the platform. We hope to do this more in the future. And also, Mr. Port will contact. We'll communicate more on Twitter, and also I get hold of Mr. Port. Mr. Minerals FC more time, so we can do it more. I'll catch you guys on Monday. I always say Leo Desperandos, guys, which means hang on to hope. I'll see you guys on the other side. Not too long. See you guys again. Thank you all that came on the platform. Leo Desperandos. Bye bye. See you guys on Monday. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Cloud TV.